Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go back to following games of our favorite friendly neighborhood chess YouTuber, Late Start Chess. That was a lot of words to say. That's a lot for my brain, so that's why it was kind of cumbersome. But yeah, so I have been following him, kind of been looking in on a few of the videos recently. Let's see if we can. Wow, he played against somebody who had 94.8% accuracy. What were they rated? A 1637. Why did he play a 1637? That's interesting. We're gonna get some music going. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Let's make sure the music is indeed going. It is, okay. And then yeah, let's get into this game where he played against somebody who played. Okay, so he's playing multiple higher people. I don't know if this is a tournament. Maybe you can let me know. No, I don't want to challenge them. Alright, game review. How's everybody doing? Alright, so played as white. Now, okay, so we're just playing principled against the French. I don't push. This is another thing. I haven't actually started doing this opening. I think I'm gonna start doing the Tarrasch. Hikaru actually says it's the easiest to play, and I actually do believe that. So the French, you have to be sharper as white. That's why if you do the advanced French. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, fine. Don't think that's a good move. And then you take here. Interesting. I think traditionally it's a little bit more common to keep these intact and to like to support, but this is a way of playing. Computer is all right with it. Takes there. Kind of eliminating counterplay, but it's a thing. Now you do give this up here. So I noticed that with this pawn, or like pawns in the center, you do tend to kind of like lose track of those. Granted, there are gambits, and whatnot, but this actually allows the bishop to get active. So we'll move on. Best move here. As you can see, white's behind. Okay, so what I'm wondering here, so this is already kind of tough because you're hanging this and this. So you castle and you give up. Okay, so they don't take the pawn. It wasn't even the best move, which doesn't surprise me to take the pawn. I guess they were thinking this, but so this is fine. Okay, so why is this a mistake? Okay, you went here and then you went here. So I don't want to go to the next move. It says you should have did this, which means that it's probably likely that this was maybe a problem. I'm gonna think here. Why is this a mistake? So I think it's a tempo thing. So this gets taken, whatever, you lose a pawn. But I think even more so than that being a problem, black simply kicks your knight, and you've lost tempo. So like they win this pawn for a free tempo, unless you have something happening here, because what is your prospect here? The knight cannot go here, here, or here. It can go here or here. One of those squares you just came back from. So attacking the rook here. Okay, so this of course is threatening checkmate here, but after this you're having to move the knight back. So let's see, I'm sure that happens. Now, because it's just surely because of a tempo thing, you're like, okay, well, Gotham says danger levels, right? Okay, well, I'm threatening mate, so I don't care about my rook. Well, the thing is after he not only doesn't allow mate, but creates another threat. You have two things hanging, which is your knight, and then of course losing the exchange. Losing the exchange means whenever you give up a rook for a minor piece. So he takes. Okay, so you're threatening another piece. Yeah, so unfortunately, after takes, the knight can go here, and I think they kind of you lost more material than you had to. So unfortunately, I mean, it sucks to lose, to lose an exchange or whatever. But the other thing about this is this pawn is currently hanging with a pretty strong attack, so that is another reason to take back with rook. Yeah, this is a lot of this is tempo things. Like you're trying to do attacks, and they're kind of like one step ahead because they counter attack, and their attack removes your attack but also puts pressure on your attack. So like the initial things that they're attacking you with become your second problem. I have no idea if that made sense, even like technically, regardless of if it made sense to anybody watching this, so I do apologize. So this is you're just down a lot of material. This is pinned now. There's not really much point in trying to go further in this game. So let's look at so yeah, I am curious. Are these tournaments you're playing in 1965? Are these like yeah, I'm just curious. Maybe leave a comment. Yeah, let's we're gonna start out. We'll close out with a win. Okay, so wait a second. So you beat in 1823. We got to check this one out. Caro-Kann. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so first off, just whenever they do the four nights against Caro-Kann, what I remember, and I think this was actually from Daniel Naroditsky, is take, and take. So that's just like a little, it's memory. That's just a little tidbit immediately. Interesting. Okay, now you take with knight. So this is very powerful, right? Pretty much is everything is decent. Oh. What is this? They just blundered the fork? Did they just resign here? I wonder if that was a mouse slip. I'm an 1800. I would think that they wouldn't make this mistake. That's interesting. But they had to, either way, they had to, like, let's say go back here, and then you get this pawn, and this is doubled, and the knight doesn't have good prospects. Before they did that, you're 0.5 ahead. So let's say they go here. So you're taking and doubling the pawns. What are they? So congrats on beating the 1800, man. And it's Tom, so I'm gonna start using your name. Okay, I guess I don't have like the suggestion arrows or whatever going on, but maybe I should. Like, I'm doing analyze mode. Maybe those should be on. But let's go to a different game. We saw how you won that one. Congrats. Okay, you won against a 1500 here. Hopefully this is more moves. This is crazy. Like, which in the game that we're playing, the daily game, like, really putting the pressure on. So I get it. Game review. All right, 74%. Okay, so you play against a Scandinavian. Okay. One neat trick in the Scandinavian, although it doesn't work very often, is to go here, and then if they go here, let's just, yeah, we're gonna go off the beaten path here. We're going here, and then if they go here, and you go here, and they go here, yeah, the bar goes way up because you have this, and I'm not sure exactly where they're supposed to go. I think right here is maybe best. Actually, it's like, I guess excellent, but not best. And you take here, they can't castle, you're up a pawn, their king safety is trash, and you have way more development. It's plus 2.5, so almost as if you have another piece. So that is a nice little trick in the Scandinavian. I tend to, it doesn't hurt to go for it. Like, being right here, there's nothing wrong with developing like this, so that's why I tend to do it a lot. So you develop like this, all great. This is probably the most principled way of playing. Excellent moves thus far. You castle, we're doing phenomenal. All right, so do you take bishop? Yes, okay. You, okay, so it says that you should have, okay, so letting these pawns become doubled, I think it is worth mentioning that just doesn't really have much of a future to it. Like, they end up with this extremely solid structure, and they castle, and so, like, let's say you don't take with bishop first. You know, let's say you take like this, and then you back up. Or actually, you know, I feel like maybe you would want to check, would be more of a normal move, like a traditional move, I guess. Something like this, and let's say you do this and you do this. There's just, like, see, it's 0.1, like, there's just nothing here for either side. I think as you get into higher ratings, you'll want to shy away from positions like this. Now, as a 700, playing against other 700s, which apparently you can play against 1500s, this is fine because it's just principled play, nothing wrong with it. But generally speaking, in Scandinavians, I've noticed that bringing these knights into pressure can be extremely powerful if you just find the right in for it, you know. But anyway, so all right, now you won this game, right? Yeah, so you go here, love that move. Love that you're bringing the rooks in. This attacks a pawn, but my guess is that the attack is probably too fast. So let's see what you do in this situation. Okay, so now this is one move that I would question. It's like an improvement thing. Is like, so what did this move do? It guarded this pawn again, but that pawn can't really be effectively attacked. So, like, you know, let's say you went here and they go here and they attack this pawn. Well, you can take. I'm not saying you would want to, but even something like this would, I feel like at least you've got your rook to where it's into the game and it can join in the attack. But as you can see here, it's telling you to just go for the attack. Um, so that would be an improvement to look for. Unfortunately, so now your pawns are a bit like, now kind of makes you wonder, like, how do you, this is the best move. Um, they didn't take this pawn. I'm kind of like, which, I mean, they are 15, almost 1600, but everything is guarded here, but it's a free pawn. So they do this, and let's see how you capitalize. Okay, so this threatens mate in 1. You don't care about this, and then you can just add attacks after that. So obviously that's a smart move. Then they do finally take that. Drops back, attacking. Okay, we're looking for the kill now, and somewhere there's a very strong attack here. Oh, do you see it? Actually, this is really cool. This is like a puzzle. Do you see the attack in this move? It's a tactic. So I don't usually do this, but it's going to be one of those, hey, pause it if you want to see if you can find it. So after you've paused the video, this is a really strong tactic, because if takes, you take the bishop for free, and you just still have all this pressure. Let's say, okay, so let's say you do this, and they move the rook back. Now you can go somewhere like this. I don't know, maybe they're gonna go here. And in this situation, like, whether you bring the knight in, you do want to get your other rook in. It's only 1.8. But so let's see here. Was that, so that was the best move. Okay, so anyway, so you go here, they develop, you sack the rook, which now, okay, yeah, so you just get mate here, right? Awesome. Yeah, well spotted. That was an awesome rook sacrifice. Wow. I mean, you know, like, of course it didn't technically work because I guess, yeah, they're supposed to take with king. In which case, and these are the little things that are just so annoying, because it's like, wow, you sack your rook right there, they take, and you have mate. It's like awesome and brilliant. But there's these little subtle moves like this. And by all means, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you should have seen this. Like, I've done this so many times. And you do get to where I think it's largely a patience thing. I actually was watching this video about like how different levels of chess players play. I do think it's a pretty big patience thing to be like, okay, this is awesome, this works if this happens, but what if they just simply take with their king, and then what are you going to do in that case? You know, are you going to check? Okay, they go here, and then what? You know, the thing is, like, your knight can't get in real fast. This knight's kind of far away. The rook isn't out yet. If you push pawns, it's going to take you 3 moves to get the rook in. So, and you have this counterplay coming in, and this knight's hanging. So it's just, chess is a hard game, but awesome tactic, awesome rook sacrifice. But yeah, man, thanks a lot, Tom, once again, for allowing us to do this. And I mean, now I'm like, man, we gotta like we gotta like play some rapping, man. Like, I never seriously would have considered that, but now I'm like, what better way of like explaining how things, like how I'm thinking? Golly. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I digress. But anyways, thanks a lot, and we will see everyone next time.